Yes, thank you for coming. Yes. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes, the line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. Looking amazing in that silver and black, I must say. Yes, VIP is to the left, sir. If you give me your name, I'll check, make sure you're on the list. Yes, you have to be on in advance. Weeks in advance, sir. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, Raider Nation report tonight. A lot to talk about. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Guys, you can't smoke that right here by the door. Just step over there a little ways. I love the smell. Smells amazing, but please, not right by the door. Yes, we will be opening the doors very soon. You know, these guys like to run a tight show. They're just making sure everything's in order. Yes, ma'am. You can say hi to the midgets on the way in. Absolutely. VIP to the left. Regular line to the right, please. Doors will be opening very soon. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish. And we've got fucking sound issues. Hold on. Check, check, check. All right. Usually get that out of the way before the show. Can't be looking like some old school kung fu movie here, where the lips don't match up with the words. You know what I'm saying. Gotta get this straight. Damn. It's all right. It's all right. Let's start that over again, shall we? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. There we go. And just where is that, might you ask? We're just down the street, past that house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman. He's a scholar. Man, it is deep
in training camp season, it's hard to get them tickets when you ain't a PSL owner. Slip the man what you should, and he's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right, and as you find yourself strolling down the street, mind your own goddamn business, this cool breeze is going to hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core as you walk past that deep, dark alley, and you're going to find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every damn Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes with yours truly of everything silver and black. Got a lot to get into. Appreciate you sticking through the fumbles there at the beginning. Now you know why I do that minor little sound check even when I go live. A sound check. But sometimes when the broadcast hits, crazy things can happen. And, yeah. We got to do one last check. It's all right. See, we're professionals now. Before, I'd have fucking probably freaked out and just killed the show, said fuck it. And that'd have been the end of it. But not now. Now, we just pick it up and run with it. Because the object is to score, regardless of how things work out during the play. Pick up the fumble and run with that bitch. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. I appreciate it. It is an exciting time of the year. All of the off-season bullshit has kind of went to the side, all except for one story. We all know which story that is. Obviously, it'll be the lead story of the show. Josh Jacobs. Everything else is pretty much to work out. The Jimmy G shit, all off-season bullshit, like I said all along. For some reason, a lot of the premonitions that I have seem to be coming true. I said Jimmy G was healthy and he'd be fine. He was. I said O.J. Howard was not going to make it, and he didn't. Everybody that told me, oh, he's a talent. Can't wait to get him here. Another guy, Bama guy. I told you that guy was hot garbage. He didn't even look. He didn't even make it the first preseason game. Gone. We'll talk about that later. There's lots of good Raider podcasts out there, man. Lots of Raider podcasts. We've got several on our channel here, page, whatever the fuck you call it. Myself, El Pirata, 410 Raider. There's others on YouTube. There's others on all the other social media platforms. I don't watch much of them. It's only due to time, basically. But I know there are other shows out there, and I know there are other shows that people watch. Support those guys. Watch those shows. Watch the grassroots guys like myself that are putting in the work, that are spending their own money to put together their own fucking studios, and that are as passionate as you, and come on and speak from the heart as fans, like I do when I come on. Don't waste your time viewing fucking corporate douchebags who wear their fucking jerseys backwards, who aren't even Raider fans. Don't pander to them. Don't give them your views. Don't waste your time and comment on their fucking videos. Don't waste your valuable seconds of your day watching something come out of the mouths of some guy who's pretending to be a fucking Raider fan to get fucking views. Don't do it. Watch guys like me. Watch guys like the other guys that are on YouTube. Raider Ben, those guys. Captain. Some of these other guys. Whether I agree with them, agree with these guys' agendas, at least they're doing it for the right reason. And they're doing it because they're true fans and they're doing it from the heart. Not these other corporate douchebags. And I'm not even going to come out and call names. I think you probably by the reverse jersey, you know who I'm talking about. Fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. At least if you're going to watch somebody and waste your time, at least somebody that speaks from the heart. But what's up? What's up? Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. Appreciate all of you. It's an exciting time right now, man. It's an exciting time with training camp upon us. Jimmy G's out there. Aiden O'Connell has sparked some interest as well. I know we're going to get to see a lot of him. I know we're going to see a lot of him in preseason. I'm interested to see him. A little bit of a revolving door there with Chase Garbers as he's in and out. He's back in. He was out. Now he's back in. He was released. And then you see about 3 guys dropped to bring him back and free up other space. So there's definitely some moves. It's low-hanging fruit moves right now, but these are moves. And interestingly enough, these are moves that do affect you later in the season, or some of these moves that you make in training camp, because you don't know which position is going to be your crazy position of need for the season. You just don't. You don't know which one's going to go out there and all of a sudden 2 guys go down at some position you never thought was going to be the one that was one you were even concerned about. You just don't know which all of a sudden is going to be the crazy position of need this season. We've seen linebackers before where all of a sudden the Raiders didn't have any linebackers. We've seen over the last couple of years wide receivers. They just absolutely get knocked down to the point where Jared Cook was all they had one year and Darren Waller was basically all they had the next, just because of injuries and not having a talent pool. So these are important moves that you make, but it's definitely been some low-hanging fruit moves. That's for sure. But I thought it was interesting to see Garbers brought back in because he was basically the last of the quarterback pool that was there before you got. And so it would have been a total reboot. So he left, but he's back, so that's interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit. Just rebooted the YouTube chat down there. If you're watching over on our YouTube channel, on Raider Reaction on YouTube, you can get your chat right up on the screen down there on the YouTube chat. What's up? Ghost up top thinks O'Connell will be number 2. I like it. Well, I think you're right. I think he's definitely going to get an opportunity. He's definitely turning some heads. Wrapping up the foreplay, we'll get to the Jacob saga. Jimmy's in camp. Marcus Peters. We talked about it. We kept rumoring it over and over and over on the page. Everybody kept saying, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Well, when you bring somebody in that many times, you gotta, there's gotta be some fucking fire where that smoke's coming from. OJ Howard's cut, mentioned that earlier in the foreplay. Tight end depth chart, we gotta talk about what that means by OJ Howard getting cut. Sponsors, Cool Kids in the newsletter. We do got a raffle this week, ladies and gentlemen. It is the first Thursday of the month. First Thursday in August, so that means there's a subscriber raffle. So if you are a subscriber to our Facebook page, you've hit that blue button. You're like Mario there. He's one of the cool kids. He's got that badge next to his name. If you're a subscriber and you're in the Dark Side Inner Circle group, you're one of the cool kids because you hit that subscriber button on our Facebook page. Help keep the midget fed, keep us going here at Raider Reaction. You will be entered into every prize pack. I'm giving away 10 prize packs this Thursday, and I've got new stickers. The poker chips are in. I got a bunch of new stuff to give away. As you've seen, I've been teasing little things on the page for like a week. And yes, I heard that as well about the Mad Max and the Jimmy news, and I'll get to that in Jimmy in Camp. So there's your teaser. What else we got? Pre-order drop. I got info on that. We are dropping it here in the next day or two. I just spent a bunch of work on the website, getting ready to work on the shop tomorrow to get ready for the pre-order stuff, but I have all of that in. We'll get into that later. New hype team if you're interested in joining the team. We'll talk about that later. And the WTF. The WTF. The WTF. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. The notorious, the infamous Billy James. What's up, brother? Thank you all for joining me. These poker chips are fire. If you haven't seen the poker chips yet, these are 2023 season fuck your team poker chips. If you haven't noticed, I'm going with a theme this season. We're coming out with a whole fuck your team line. So, yes, the poker chips are fuck your team chips this year. So, you got to get you some. Got to get you some. All right, let's talk about it, man. It is probably the biggest topic going right now in Raider Nation, and that is the Josh Jacobs saga. It is by far the biggest topic right now on the tips of everybody's tongue in Raider Nation. Yeah, well, who's going to be the running back? Who's going to replace Josh? What about Josh? What does this mean? What can he do? What are the limitations of the tag? What if he doesn't sign? When does he have to sign? When's the deadline to sign? Well, let's touch on all those, shall we? Because now we're moved into a new scenario here. Josh is holding the cards right now. Josh is not under contract to the Raiders. He's under no obligation to the Raiders. They cannot discipline him in any way whatsoever. Josh has until week 10, until the Tuesday after week 10, to sign his tag. That will allow him to accrue the year per the contracts and the players' union that the National Football League has in place. He will accrue a year of eligibility, playing a year in the National Football League. That goes towards pension, towards how you are as a free agent, all kinds of shit. So he will accrue that year. Now, you're not going to get full pay if you wait until week 10. It's prorated. You're going to lose all the pay for games you didn't participate in. But yes, you will accrue the league year. Now, the team also has some leverage during this time period as well. They can't just sit there with their fucking dick hanging in the wind being like, oh, please, Josh. No, at some point, say the Raiders start out well at the beginning of the year. It's week 2, it's week 3, it's week 4. The team's doing well. At some fucking point, you got to have a number one running back. Sure, maybe you try to go by committee. Maybe you try Zeus. Maybe you try, some of these other guys, and nothing's working out, and you realize they're not the number ones that you hope they would be. You don't have a number one. Now what do you got to do? Because the second you designate him for the tag, it has nothing to do with him signing it. The second you designate him for the tag, that money is now tied up in your salary cap. So Josh is affecting your salary cap at the running back position already. So if you're, say, week 3, week 4, week 6, week 7, week 8, and you're fucking deep in the hunt, you need a fucking guy, and you can go out and make a fucking move, but you need money, you can cut his ass loose and go out and get maybe a disgruntled former number one back who's sitting at home. This is a possibility more earlier in the season probably than later in that timeline. Maybe week 2 or week 3, where maybe Cook hasn't made a move on a deal yet, or maybe you've got Zeke sitting at home. I just don't know where the line is in the sand between these two when it comes to week 1. Are you going to have a conversation when you start to get to the end right after the last preseason game? Do you have something scheduled to sit down and say, hey, man, we realize you probably don't want to play in the meaningless games since you're not at training camp. How about right after that game, let's sit down and have a meeting, see if we can get you into camp for a week to get you ready for week 1. Let's have that talk. Let's get that scheduled on the fucking Outlook calendar. How about that? Is that at least done? Has that fucking phone call been had? Because that's what I would like to know. What kind of conversations are had right now? We know Josh has left Vegas. He hasn't signed the tag. He's not showing up to camp. He feels disrespected most likely. I get all of that. But what conversations have been had since? That's where I'm at. That's what I want to know. He's absolutely not being traded. I agree with David in the comments. Absolutely not being traded. I don't think that's going to happen. Jonathan Taylor popped up in the news. I thought it was interesting that all of a sudden this week you see Jonathan Taylor, who was the league's leading rusher in 2021, throw his name in the disgruntled running back fucking ring. After months and months of bullshit going on, franchise tags since March, all this other shit with Saquon and fucking Dalvin Cook getting released, Josh Jacobs, and now this week you decided this is when you wanted, like, hey, me too. Like, that just seemed like weird fucking timing to me. Now, so automatically, everybody's going to draw the fucking, well, fuck, let's just swap him for Josh. Maybe they'll throw a trade in. They're not going to throw a trade in when you're talking about the league's leading back from the previous year against that leading back. I mean, one's got as good a chance as returning this year as the other. They both want a multi-year deal. They both want fucking cheddar. They both want fucking guarantees. The Colts don't want him any more than they want to deal with Jonathan Taylor's bullshit. The same with the fucking Raiders. That would just be like, swapping cancer. You can't do that. Like, hey, I'd rather get shot in the left side of the head than the right. That just doesn't make any sense. And in fantasy land, fantasy football world, Madden, you can draw those lines, but I just don't think it's as deep as everybody wants to make it out to be. Josh feels disrespected because they didn't take the 5th-year option out on him last year as the new regime coming in. They basically told him to prove it. He goes out and proves it, and you don't even get a house key at the end of the year. And now you're sitting, ass out again, having to prove it again. Don't know even if you go out and prove it again, if there's even a contract waiting for you at the end of the year again. So, I ultimately think in my heart's heart, Josh signs the tag and plays for the Raiders this year. And then that's it. And then he's done. That's honestly where I think it's going to go and where I think it's going to end up. I don't think Josh can afford the hit to his brand as being the league's leading rusher, as being a guy everybody remembers last year as being dynamic and amazing. Fans, coaches, franchises, they got a short-term memory, man, and they're not going to remember all of that a year from now. You're not going to be the same commodity you are. Ask Le'Veon Bell. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I think he plays. I think he plays on the tag, and I think we're going to lose Josh Jacobs to being able to cheer going forward. I don't think he's going to be a Raider for the long haul. I think he wants to be. I don't think this regime is going to pay him the money and allow him to be. I think, unfortunately, that's the sad reality of the matter. This regime will not pay running backs long-term money, and they're definitely not going to stroke him any guaranteed money. So, that's where we are. That's where we are currently. With the Josh Jacobs saga. Moving on. One topic down, on to another. Jimmy in camp. We talked about it. I've been talking about it for months. I even told when to circle it on your calendar. What day he was going to report. What morning he was going to be on the field ready to go. And he was. Ready to rock and roll. I seen it coming when you had he didn't pass the physical. He still had some issues. He's still going through the rehab. Wasn't healthy. They had to redo the contract right quick. I knew right then we all knew he's not going to be at OTAs. He's not going to be at any of the beginning stuff. He's going to get ready for training camp. And he's going to be there day one of training camp. We all knew this. We all knew this from Jump Street. However, you can see it. You can see it coming, man. You can see it like a train coming down the fucking tunnel. That the goddamn media was going to take this and run with it. Because it was such a huge story that the Raiders moved on from their quarterback of 9 years in the offseason to bring in somebody else. It didn't matter who it was. You brought in somebody else to replace the quarterback who was a certain percentage of the fan base favorite, and this guy wasn't on the field at the very first thing you had going on for the season. Even though months ahead of time we knew he wasn't going to be there. When everybody else from the team's out there and your franchise QB's not there, every motherfucker who has a social media page, everybody who's got a fucking nickel fucking website, all the way to the top, all the way to ESPN, NFL Network, everybody will run with that shit. Will run with that shit like a fucking fat man stealing a turkey. He'll run with that shit. Because that's free clicks, that's traffic, that's conversation all over your blogs, your websites, your social media pages. Run with it. Fuck. I was right there in the mix, running like a motherfucker with them stories. I would sit here and tell you guys I thought they're bullshit, but I'm going to post them, I'm going to share them because it was the news of the day. It's the news everybody was talking about. I wasn't driving those stories. I didn't believe them. But we're going to share the rumors of the day because that's what the offseason of the National Football League is. It's several months of rumors and bullshit. It's this free agent may come here. Oh, he's got a visit scheduled here. Oh, he didn't stop there. He's got a visit scheduled over there. Oh, he didn't sign there. Where's he going next? Dude, that's all. There's fucking pages that are literally just for trade rumors. That's it. They exist because they get enough traffic just in a couple months of the season to keep them going for the whole year. That's how big business it is to fucking generate talk like that. So that was the whole Jimmy G story. It was no story. And you're sitting here, anybody that's half-ass intelligent is sitting here and looking like, why? I can't believe we're having this conversation again. You know, the guy was hurt. He had scar tissue surgery. He said he's going to be back on X day. And we're freaking out because it's not X day yet and he's not back. No fucking shit, he's not back. He said he wasn't going to be. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But all that aside, Jimmy's in practice. Now, here's the new fucking freak out. It's like motherfuckers, it's just like social media has just created this like where people can just go and fucking be paranoid as fuck all the time. It's like, okay, well, he's there now. Is he healthy? Is he ready to go? There's all these stories now. He can't throw the fucking deep ball. And I'm just like, people. Do you not realize he had foot surgery? He was rehabbing from foot surgery so that he could come back for the season 150% healthy and ready to rock and roll. What does that mean? He had foot surgery. He's not out in the fucking backyard slinging the ball through tires. The motherfucker hadn't thrown a ball since he got hurt last season. He'd been taking it easy, doing things he could do, but he hasn't been out there throwing footballs. How are you going to throw a football when you can't put no pressure on your foot? I mean, come on, seriously. So, he's literally 2 or 3 days. The guy's been throwing a ball. I'm sure his arm hurts. His shoulder's probably sore. He's using muscles he hadn't fucking used for months. How do you feel when you do an activity or your wife asks you to go out and help in the yard and you're like doing squats for fucking an hour or two and you don't realize it till the next morning when you wake up and you're like, holy fuck! You can't even get out of bed. You fall over on the floor and you're like, my God, what happened? And you're like, oh shit! I was doing manual labor yesterday for fucking 2 hours and yeah. These guys are fucking peak athletes. Just think how they feel. Hey, dude, give this guy a couple weeks of being out there throwing the rock, being able to get back in. He's healthy. That doesn't mean he's ready to go out there NFL quarterback ready, healthy. You got to get game healthy too. You got to get game healthy. He's now got to get to peak physical condition for an NFL quarterback. He's just healthy to be able to start that process now. I don't understand it. 2 or 3 days, people expected him to go out there and look like he was ready to fucking go. It just blows my mind. It's like people are looking for fucking shit to freak out about. He's healthy. He's out there. Now it's time to watch him go through the progression. I think the reason they brought Chase Garbers back is because you're not going to see a lot of Jimmy, I don't believe, in preseason. Especially the first game. I don't think you're going to see any of Jimmy the first game at all. I wouldn't even be surprised if you don't see him in the second. I think the third is maybe the game they've got targeted for him, possibly the second, but we'll see. There's no need to rush him. They know what they've gotten him. This is a quarterback who's played with him before. He understands the system. He's not learning new verbiage. He's not learning new stuff. They know what they've got. Jimmy knows what he's got in his coach. His coach knows what they've got in Jimmy. He's got to get him ready for week 1. He doesn't need to prove anything to him in preseason. They just got to get him ready for week 1. So I think that's why you bring Chase Garbers in, because now you've got Garbers, you've got O'Connell, you've got guys that are maybe you're looking to be your 2 or your 3. You've got Hoyer there in the mix. He's your veteran guy that's going to be around. You need quarterbacks that are still going to help your team progress and can be helpful quarterbacks on the field for your team during preseason. I don't think you're going to be able to count on Jimmy for that this season. I don't think he's on a different timeline. He's on a different timeline. He's not going to be your quarterback that's going to help bring these guys along. He's going to be able to work with these guys in camp so they can get familiarity and be ready for when the season gets there. But I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to go out and play these games with them. It's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. The risk reward, it's completely slanted to the risk side. It's not enough reward for it. So I think you're going to see a lot of Garbers helping out with getting O'Connell in there so you can get some of these guys ready in preseason. I think that's what you're going to see. But the non-story, I'm just so glad that it's put away. We've got a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo in camp. He's just got to get in football shape, man. That's to expect a guy to come out that's been sitting on the couch for months since he got injured last season, who's been trying to just get his body healthy to be ready for this violent game that he plays. Now you just got to get football ready. You got to get football ready, and you got to get ready for week 1, and I'm excited. I've seen Jimmy out there, man. He's throwing darts on the short, crisp passes. That's Jimmy's bread and butter. The other stuff will come. It'll be there when we need it. I'm telling you. So one of the free agent names that was bouncing around, and this one blew my mind. I took some screenshots of the chat on a bunch of different posts on this when this signing was made, when Marcus Peters was brought in. Because we've been talking for months about Marcus Peters, off and on. There's been rumors. He'd come to the Raiders facility once or twice already. He's bounced around a lot of other places. There's a lot of people, because he's from Oakland, there's a lot of people who like to see him in the silver and black. He grew up a Raider fan. There's lots of ties because it's beast mode. There's lots of narratives, and he's always kind of shown an interest in wanting to be a Raider. It's just never really worked out before. So when the Marcus Peters signing dropped, that they were finally going to bring Marcus Peters in, I was just blown away by the complete polar opposites of the chat and basically what I was seeing from the conversations of Raider Nation. It was basically either, I'm happy, I'm thrilled that we got this guy, I think he can really help, veteran guy in the secondary, right on, think he's a great signing. Or he's trash, he's over the hill, can't believe we signed him. It was one or the other, all the way up and down. And a lot. I'd say damn near 50-50. That people weren't excited or they were excited. And there was really not a lot of middle ground. You either were or weren't for the signing of Marcus Peters. Now, to me, this is just something I don't understand. And it's something that has perplexed me for the fan base for years now, since I've been doing this with Raider Reaction. Is every year the fan base clamors for every free agent that is at the top of the list. We need this guy. We need this guy. We need defense. We need defense. We need defense. We need this guy. We need this guy. We need this guy. And as they work through free agency and, they get this guy, they'll grab one big name, a couple middle names, some lower level guys. And with a salary cap, that's how you have to build a team. You're going to have a few top-tier guys, A lot more middle of the road guys. You're going to have some low hanging fruit guys, some cheap guys. You've got to fill out the roster with all different pieces. You can't just have a bunch of fucking A pluses. It doesn't work that way. You can't afford them. You can't fit them all into your salary cap to be able to put a team together. So you've got to have some rookies in the mix. You've got to have some, 3 or 4 year guys that are maybe just on the cusp of making it, that are probably got their last go around. You got to have some of them. You got to have some guys who are kind of in their prime. Maybe they haven't quite been the guy, but they've been right on the fringe. Some of those guys, you got to have some solid starters. You got to have some end-of-the-road veterans who are able to teach other guys how to get it done, guys who have seen it done. You got to have every tier, all the way along, experience levels to be able to put a roster together. So you're going to have guys like Marcus Peters that get signed because that's just how it works. You need guys like him. You need veterans. You need guys that hopefully you're trying to squeeze the last little bit of juice out of them at the end of their career. They know what they've got in Marcus Peters. I don't think he's trash. I mean, 2022 stats, the guy played in 13 games. He had 1 interception, 6 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumbles recovered, 47 tackles, 35 of those solo, 1 QB hit, 2 tackles for loss. I mean, the guy doesn't suck, man. He doesn't suck. Is he what he was maybe several years ago in his career? No. But that's not what you're bringing in. You got to understand when you're building and trying to rebuild a defense, you've just completely revamped the secondary. Completely revamped it with a lot of youth. You need a guy like Marcus Peters. You need that Eric Allen type to throw in your secondary. That old school's Charles Woodson that you brought back. You need those type to sprinkle in there. A Rod Woodson at the end of his career. You need those type of guys. That's what Marcus Peters can be for this defense. He can be that veteran presence that you can move around. They're not asking this guy to come in and be the number one. They're asking this guy to come in and be part of a platoon, part of a secondary team, a new unit that's ready to do something. There's competition and conversation right now for a big change in the secondary, man. For who's going to be the number one, who's going to be the top safeties. I think you guys are going to be surprised. I don't know top 10. I don't know top 15. I'm going to say improved. I think you're going to see a much improved defense this year. I really do. I really do. I like the Marcus Peters signing. I think people are too overly critical of some of these guys that are being brought in. You have to have a sprinkling. God damn it, Chad. What the fuck?
Fatality.
Coming in late, I tell you. This is these guys, I know. That's all right. We'll let it slide this once. Moving on. We're glad you showed up. At least eventually. All right. Moving along. That's enough with the Marcus Peters. That's enough with harassing Chad. Probably not with the harassing Chad part. We'll get back to the harassing Chad later. But moving on. I would like to pat myself on the back again for being right on this one. Although, not really, because I knew this one was... Fucking Stevie Wonder could call this one. Ray Charles seen this one coming. He was like, that motherfucker gonna get cut. He got cut. Even a couple of the team members of Raider Reaction were like, oh, I like this sign. I like this pickup. He's gonna be something. No, he's not. No, he's not. O.J. Howard. Gone. Released. This dude came in. He was a former first-round pick for the Bucks. They thought he was really going to be something as a tight end, man. He was dynamic in college. They thought this guy was going to come in and be something. They managed to milk a little bit out of him, mixing him in with Gronk and the guys when they had their run with Brady, but that was all they were going to get out of him. And then as soon as Brady was done, he was gone too. They sent him to the Texans. He caught 10 balls. In 13 games or something like that. 10 balls, got 2 touchdowns. Really did a little or nothing for a team that was absolutely starving for offense last year. If you could only find 10 balls to be caught in that Texans offense last year, then yeah, that's just sad. That's sad. So I'm not surprised he was cut, but I think they brought him in because obviously you had you had the rap star had to get sent packing. So the rap star left. He's over dropping fire tracks on the East Coast now. So I think they were just concerned about the depth chart. I think they had some tight ends pegged in the draft and, just wanted to see how things worked out. Well, all that this can tell me is by O.J. Howard being cut is that this guy's looking real fucking good in camp. This guy, Michael Mayer, who they brought in, drafted very high. Much higher than I thought they would go for an offensive weapon like that. But that just tells you what they thought of this kid. And I think that he's shown enough and he's proven enough already in a short amount of time that they see that, yes, I think we were right in what we saw in him. And I think he's your number 2 right now. I think he's the solid number 2. I still think Austin Hooper is your number 1. I still think he's your number 1 right now because he's comfortable. He's a known commodity. You know what you've got playing in an NFL offense with Austin Hooper, and I think he's still your number 1. But I really got a feeling as you work into the tight end depth chart and you get closer to the season that the two are going to flip-flop spots and that this is going to be your number 1. I really think Michael's going to take it. I've just got a feeling. I think that's why O.J. Howard was cut, is because I don't think they need the depth chart. Because there's another kid that looked really great in preseason last year. He was all over the field. Jasper Horsted, who just kept making plays. He got a little action last year during the season, and he actually looked really good every time they got out on the field. I think this is your number 3. And he was your 3 last year, and I think he's going to be your 3 again. So I think they were looking to see if maybe OJ was needed, if maybe Michael wasn't everything they thought he was going to be, but I think he's more than they thought he was going to be. I think he's going to be the number 1. I really think he's going to be the number 1. But we'll see. I think the release of O.J. Howard just means they've seen something in the tight end ranks. Either that or they just seen that this guy is the bust that I said he was fucking months ago. And maybe it's just that simple. And I'm reading too far into it. But if you remember last year in preseason, you just seen who's this 80 kid? Just all of a sudden, you'd see this play pop up to a tight end out of nowhere. And like, who the fuck's 80? You got to look at Horsted. Who's this Horsted kid? And he just kept popping up. And he did all right. It wasn't spectacular. I mean, it wasn't nothing earth-shattering. He's been around. This will be his 4th year in the season. He had a couple years with Chicago. Nothing earth-shattering there. Caught 8 balls his first year, 2 his second. He's more of a prototypical tight end. He'll block. He'll do the dirty shit. He'll do the other shit that some of your other tight ends won't do. That's why he can get out there. This guy was on the roster and active for 15 games last year, Horsted. I mean, he's solid. He's solid. He was targeted 4 times, caught 3 balls for 19 yards. I mean, nothing spectacular. It's a 75% catch ratio. But he didn't get a lot of opportunities. He was only targeted 4 times. But he did have to go out there quite a bit because you had injury issues at tight end last year. And he was needed to be on the field in blocking situations and a lot of other plays. And he helped out a lot last year. So I think you're going to see a lot out of this kid in other situations where you probably don't need your top tight ends out there. He's going to get dirty work. And O.J. Howard, he ain't getting no dirty work. This motherfucker just looking for work. He looking for work. And I think he's going to be looking for a while. Moving on. Easy there. Got you excited, didn't it? Yeah. Nothing like getting the midgets excited. All right. If you didn't notice, checking on your calendar, this week happens to contain the first Thursday of the month. The first Thursday of the month, if you hang around Raider Reaction parts here, you know that means it is the subscriber raffle, or we're going to give away some shit. We're going to do something for the subscribers. Well, we're back to doing raffles again. We're going to keep the raffles going throughout the season. So this Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, I do believe there's even going to be a fucking football game going on. So we'll be popping in. You'll be watching some crappy football with some teams you don't care, but it will be football. I'll be watching too. But we'll pop in the middle of that, and we'll do some raffle action. I'm going to have 10 prize packs to give away. And every single subscriber has a chance to win every single prize pack. There will be a new one of the limited edition poker chips. I had a limited edition run of 75 made this time. Made 25 more of them. I've got some extra little giveaways that we're going to do. I am going to I'll get into the pre-orders in a minute. Well, fuck it. The pre-orders are the next segment anyway. I am going to be the first 10 people that order the pre-orders. You're going to be getting a poker chip in with your pre-orders. And then I'm going to be giving the first 10 away in the raffle on Thursday. Actually, the first one, obviously, each one of the hype team got one. So you can take those out of the 75. Mario's got one already in his prize pack set aside because Mario sent me some fucking fire-ass footage from fucking training camp. So I already hooked Mario up. So he's got one set aside. So see, we've already dipped into the 75. They're going to start going quicker than you think. They do every damn year. So if you want one of the fuck your team poker chips, get in. This Thursday will be your first chance to get a chance to win one. They're going to be in every prize pack. I got 10 prize packs. I got the new Fuck Your Team stickers, the Fuck Everything and Be a Raider stickers. I got a new I'm a Raider fan deep behind the enemy line, exterior grade stickers in 2 different styles. I got a whole bunch of other shit in too. So Thursday, you got to be a subscriber though. To be a subscriber, go to RaiderReaction.com. Go to the subscriber tab. It'll tell you everything about being a subscriber. There's a button right there you can hit. We'll send you right to become a subscriber. Or right around this video that you're watching, there's a subscriber button. Or you can go to the top of our Facebook page, and there's a blue button that says subscribe. Hit that motherfucker. It's going to drop you into the Dark Side Inner Circle group with all the other cool kids. You're going to get one of these fucking cool-ass badges like Mario and Robert Paul and all the other cool kids got, Brian and everybody else out there has. You're going to go in the Dark Side Inner Circle group with all the rest of them, and it automatically enters you in a chance to win every single prize pack at every raffle that we do the rest of the season, as long as you're a subscriber. Every penny you guys put into Raider Reaction, we put back out in prizes, swag, shit that we buy to give away. It's like non-profit. It's like fucking Goodwill without the smell. And this stuff's cooler. Easy now. If anybody, don't want to offend nobody at Goodwill, because it does smell a little funky in there. Y'all know what I mean. All right, moving along. So, cool kids. Football season is almost here, ladies and gentlemen. It is almost here. If you haven't checked out Clear Live Streams, I did an update on the website. So go check out the website. I'm trying to separate things, make it a little easier to get to so the pages aren't so full. Because I know a lot of people go there on their mobile device. And so I try to make it a little more mobile friendly. But right there on the homepage is the first page that you go to. You'll see Clear Live Streams and there's a button there, man. That button will take you to Bryant's private Instagram messages. Send it right there and tell him, hey, man, I'm watching Raider Reaction. I heard the Commish's big fucking mouth. And he said, I need the hookup from you. Raider Nation hooking up Raider Nation. This weekend, literally, my 2 big TVs out in the studio. I had the UFC pay-per-view going on one. I had the big boxing fucking fight going on the other. And I have fucking double fucking fight action, all courtesy of Clear Live Streams. Don't get bent over by the man. Don't fucking pay direct TV. All these other fucking crazy motherfucking prices. All your local cable services, all that shit. Fuck that. Raider Nation hooking up Raider Nation. hit the button. Get your clear live streams, man. Get your Raider games. Watch all your Raider games. Don't go to YouTube TV and none of that shit. They want your firstborn. They take your left nut and like half a pinky finger. Fuck that. He doesn't want a nut or half your pinky. You can keep your finger. Keep your finger. Send Brian a message. Raider Nation, hooking up Raider Nation. There you go. That should be your new fucking slogan, Bryant. Save your finger. Save a finger. And call Bryant. Put that shit on a t-shirt. Bumper sticker. There you go. He doesn't even ask for a nut. Moving along. Oh, and while you're at the website, checking it out, I will be making updates and all that shit over the next couple days. Put your email address in the bottom there, because I'm about to drop the newsletter within the next 48 hours. That's what I heard, Chad. That's the word around the block.
Thanks, bro.
All right, moving along. That's enough of that fuckery. Pre-order drop. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I'm a little fucking slow. Because I'm a little slow. I have so many fucking irons in the fire. And now the season's coming. It's so close. I got fantasy football leagues I'm trying to get kicked off. People still got to pay their buy-ins. I'm missing like 1 or 2 spots open. I got all kinds of shit to take care of. I'll get into all that tomorrow on the Fantasy Football Show. But I got a lot of irons in the fire. But this one, I got accomplished. The pre-order drop is happening within the next 48 hours. It will be live on the page. Stay tuned to the pages and all of our social media platforms. I will be dropping the info and pictures of all of the gear very, very soon. I was working on the website. My next 24 hours. You want that spot, David? Send me a message, brother. I can get you in. I got 2 spots, and I got 2 spots in the Raider League. I may even have a spot in my big league, but I'm still confirming that yet, and that one's a little more sensitive. But I definitely have 2 spots open in the Raider League. If you're interested, send me a message, brother. Tell me you want the spot, and I'll get you hooked up here tomorrow. But I did get the pre-orders. The Raider Reaction Fuck Your Team hats. Gray front, black trucker hat. I'm a trucker hat man myself. I like trucker hats. I live where it's hotter than the hubs of hell, so I need ventilation for my bald ass head. I like trucker hats. I got gear that I would rock, so hopefully you will rock it as well. One half of it has the Raider Reaction logo. The other half says Fuck Your Team. The Fuck Your Team hat. We are also dropping Fuck Your Team t-shirt. On one of the left breast, it's got a nice shield. It says Fuck Your Team on the inside of it. On the back, it says I'm a Raiders fan deep behind the enemy line with a Raider logo underneath that. Or excuse me, a Raider Reaction logo underneath that. So Fuck Your Team hat. Fuck Your Team shirt. We're going to put together several Fuck Your Team combos involving the stickers, some poker chips, and some other things. And the first 10 people that order any of the pre-orders that we put together will get poker chips free thrown in. And I'm going to throw in a bunch of probably every of the new swag that I have. Probably the first 10 people I'm going to give an extra hookup. But we are going to drop also the same pre-orders that we did last year for one more run if anybody's interested in the Fuck Your Team hoodie, as well as the Make Football Violent Again. It says on the back, I'm a Raiders fan against the pussification of American football. RaiderReaction.com. So we're going to have 2 t-shirts. We're going to have the Fuck Your Team t-shirt, the Fuck Your Team hat, the Make Football Violent Again t-shirt, and the Fuck Your Team hoodie. God damn, Chad. Well, you gotta be. I want to fuck your team visors. You're just never happy. Next it'll be beanies. What's next? We're working on it. We've got the midgets already working on the prototypes of the Fuck Your Team thongs just for you, Chad. So just bear with us. We want to make sure they're the proper quality. Due time. Oh, of course we got new wristbands. We got new wristbands coming out as well. We got new ones. I've still got the Deep Behind the Enemy Line gray ones, but we got new Fuck Your Team wristbands coming out, so it's going to be, well, To Raider Reaction cock rings. Well, well, no. He's like, I'll try those for you. No, you won't. No, you won't. We already got you working on the thong, one thing at a time. No, you just shut the fuck up. All right, let's move along. Pre-orders are dropping in the next 48 hours. Stay tuned. I'll have it all over the page. I was working diligently on it, but I started with the website, and I'm like, man, there's just so much I wanted to change, and fuck it. I got, like I said, man, I got more irons in the motherfucking fire. I don't know what to goddamn do with. What's up, Ryan? What's up, everybody, man? Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Going into a little OT, but that's all right. That's all right. We about hit everything I mostly want to hit anyway. Whoa. Wrong thing. Hold on. What are we doing here? Whoa. Where'd that go? There we go. New hype team. If you are interested in trying to do this stupid shit on your free time, like I do, and sit around and hang out with Raider Nation, and you're interested in, hey, something as simple as, hey, I want to sit here with my phone and just pull up and do a live chat, live stream, whatever. We're looking for some new members of the team for this season. I've got some ideas, and we need fresh minds, fresh, interested people that are looking to do this social media shit. That you're interested in making fucking memes. Learning how to make memes. Fuck, I'll teach you how to do it. I can fucking steal a goddamn picture, package that motherfucker, and have it reposted on all social media platforms damn near in less than 60 seconds. And I'm really not bullshitting either. The guys have seen me do it. Videos, I can rip a fucking video off and fucking repackage that motherfucker, trim it, clip it, drop music over that fucker, tag that bitch, slap it on the ass, have it out the door, and be running Raider reactions in no time. I mean, no time. And I teach you how to do it as well if you're interested in doing any of that shit, or you want to be a host, you want to learn how to make videos. I'm just looking for some other people that have the energy and want to do this. Everybody, when they join the team, they're all excited, and then they get to do it, and it becomes sometimes more work than a hobby. And I get it. That's why I've learned over the years that I only ask as much as anybody wants to give when they join the team. And then we tweak it over time, Sometimes, hey, I want to do a show on such and such day. Well, we run with that for a while. It doesn't work. Well, let's switch the fucking day. Let's figure out a slot that works for you. I'm looking for people that some simple as, hey, I'm going to be at fucking 3 or 4 games this year. Would you like me to send you live footage? Abso-fucking-lutely. If maybe you want to just be on the scene and send us live content that we can clip up and share with Raider Nation all over on all of our platforms. We're happy to do that and send you some kind of what I'm doing with Mario. I've got a nice prize pack put together for Mario. He went to training camp, hooked us all up with some fucking awesome behind the scenes footage. I'm looking for somebody who's going to be at opening day in Denver, who's going to be there for fucking the Donkey Beatdown week 1. To bring us behind the scenes, who can share some footage with us, who's going to be at the tailgates. So if you're interested, and you wanted to dip your toe in, all I can say is fucking join an established team that knows what the fuck they're doing, and we'll help you go on your way. Hey, join the team if you're interested. Hit us up. Whatever you want to do. However little it may be. If you just want to hang out behind the scenes and be a behind the scenes guy. Anything. We need all kinds of help. I got websites. I got fucking social media platforms on every fucking platform. We got a fucking group that's fucking 15,000 strong with a bunch of unruly bastards in it. Fucking. Sure. Let's start a real raw and uncensored group. Great fucking idea. Jesus. Every time I step in that motherfucker, it's like I got a duck. Swear to God. I'm afraid to go I'm afraid to go in the comments sometimes in that group. It's ruthless in there. It's the dark side. No, I ain't lying either. It's some fucking shit. But we got a lot to do. Come help Raider Spleeve, man. We basically... What's funny is, like, none of us watched over the group for, like, a year. Like, fucking, like, hey, man, do you see how many fucking people are waiting to get in the group? Like, you know, because you gotta be accepted to get in. Like, and there's, like, fucking invites, like, hundreds deep. Like, fuck, man. No. But we can't just let them all in. We can't just hit accept all because we'll get robots and fucking all kinds of other shit in there. So you got to go through each damn one. But we're all like, we're all admins. Everybody, all members of the hype team, we're all admins of the group. But we don't do nothing in there because we don't moderate it. It's a real raw uncensored group. Post what the fuck you want. And, you know, I'll take a stroll through there every once in a while. But for the most part, that's about it. It might go a month before I would even look in this son of a bitch. And so we just kind of dumped it on Raider Spleeve, like, hey, you're kind of make sure everybody that's supposed to get in is the one getting in. And because, you know, if you're not supposed to be in there, you're going to post something stupid, we're going to toss you in about half a second anyway. So you're not going to get a chance to do it twice. So you weed yourself out really quickly anyway. So, yeah. But we've been hanging around a little more. You see, I've been putting welcome videos up. I've been keeping a little closer eye on it's been getting alley ever since the Derek Carr release. It's a sketchy place to go. But it's time, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you all, man. I know you all are just as excited as I am. Ryan's excited. What's up, Ryan Darnell? What's up, man? What's up, everybody? I know you're all just as excited as me. I'm no more of a fan than any of you guys. You guys know that. The ones that actually watch have spent time and hung out with me, and we've chit chatted and got to know each other outside of the. You know, I'm no more of a fan than anybody else. I don't think of myself as any more of a fan than anybody else. I just have a bigger mouth, and I wanted to have my opinion be heard, so I started this shit once upon a time, and here I am. I don't know how to stop it. It's like a cold sore. It won't fucking go away. But I'm just here. We're just going to keep doing it, man. But I am super excited for this season. I get this way. I get these butterflies this time of the year every year. I'm so excited for it, man. Fucking the goddamn first game, you know, talking to my son, he's like, well, it's just preseason, Dad. I'm like, it's not just preseason. It's the first time that Raiders are on a football field. And it happens to be August 13th this year. And it's right around the first time of preseason every year, but it happens to land directly on the game this year. August 13th is my wife's birthday. The game starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. We've got dinner reservation at 7. So I'm going to not probably get to see much of that game, if any. I'm probably not even going to get to do a post-game reaction. Not if I would like to continue keeping my testicles attached. I know what's smart. I will be at Mama's birthday on the water, overlooking the bay, having dinner, and I'm not going to mention a single fucking word about the game because I know she'll be going to bed early because she got to work early the next morning. So I will be joining you all later that evening to talk Raider football. But I'm so excited, and I just figured out that crazy curveball within the last 48 hours. I knew it. Like, I knew the date, and this, like, the two just didn't crash together. But yeah. Well, my son's birthday is the 26th, and my anniversary is the 25th. So these 2 weeks in August are just a real motherfucker for me. They're just a real motherfucker. And school starts. And, yeah. I don't know where I was going. I don't know how I got off on... I don't... Fuck you. I don't know how I got off the road. But I did. Back to where we were. It's the final segment of the damn show. It's here. It's time Thank you all for joining me, each and every damn one of you. If you are not a subscriber of Raider Reaction on Facebook, it is $4.99 a month. It costs me more than $4.99 to send you one prize pack. It costs me fucking $5.15 minimum. So, trust me, you're going to get your money's worth back eventually if you're a subscriber. And if you're a subscriber, it helps us reach different levels in Facebook. Every penny you get in is more money we put in prizes to give back out to you guys in raffles, Fan of the Weeks, all that shit. Oh, and Fan of the Week is coming back, but I've decided because of all the shit that I'm dropping this month, Fan of the Week is going to start the first game week. And so in September when we're doing games, every week we're going to have a Fan of the Week because it's the fucking season. There'll be more people watching. We hope. If not, fuck them. They don't know what they're missing. It's time! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into it one more fucking time. Let's wrap this bitch up. With the little thing that we like to call the WTF. We are just days away from the start of the 2023 season. The Hall of Fame game. The official kickoff of the 2023 season. We are literally talking days from the Raiders being on the field for the first time. All the teams right now are 0-0. You have no idea what kind of adversity each team's going to have to deal with. You have no idea what kind of injuries each team's going to have to deal with. You don't know any of that stuff. Everybody is on the exact same playing surface right now. Everybody is 0-0. I'm just amazed by the amount of people who are still leaning so hard to the negative side coming into this season, that can't embrace what is going on in the season. They wanted so bad for Jimmy Garoppolo to not be healthy, to not be ready for camp, so that it fit their argument and it fit their narrative of the quarterback that they wanted, or the argument that they'd been making. They didn't care if it was better for the fucking franchise. They wanted what was best for their narrative. And that still continues. It's in every chat. It's in all of the comments. On every post. Every time you see a Jimmy Garoppolo post. Let's go, Jimmy. Let's get it. The ambulance will be called by week 3. How soon till he's injured? What happened to the being behind your team? Supporting them at this point in the season. This should be when you are unbelievably excited. You're going to get to see new guys on the field. You're going to get to watch the team grow over the next few weeks. The gamble on the franchise quarterback wasn't even a gamble. He just needed the time to get healthy that he needed all along. I just don't understand the insane negativity for this season. This season just seems to be way worse than any previous season that I have seen since I've been doing this here at Raider Reaction and this social media bullshit and jungle that I fucking play in every day. It seems real fucking bad this year. I mean, Derek Carr had polarized the fan base to one side or another for a couple years, but it was not to this extent. I didn't see the negativity to this extent. What the fuck? What the fuck? Support your team. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate you. And that's right. Me and Bobby have been on on the opposite sides of the argument I don't know how many fucking times. But you know what? His opinion's no more than mine, and he knows that. And he knows when we argue back and forth that I don't think my opinion's any more than his. But We come out on the other side, we're still cheering for the same team. That's how it's supposed to be. Not all this shit we've been seeing lately, man. It's just too much. It's just too much. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow night. Fantasy football, we got to get to it. Going to be releasing the schedule in the big league and getting to the nitty gritty, man. It's time. It's the final month. It's the final push. And then Thursday night, raffle night. And I'll be live on TikTok afterward as well. Got another show for you on Black Friday. And Saturday, we got a new fight night. It's the first Saturday of the month. That means new fight night this week as well. It's a full fucking week on Raider Reaction. I will see you every damn night for something. Until then, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.